I'm Linda from paperboutique.blogspot.com. One of my crafting resolutions for 2011 is to become more organized, so I decided to create what I'm calling my design box. I use my design studio and my Gypsy to do a lot of my designing, but there are many times when I need to see how other cuts or punches work with my Cricut designs. So I created this design box. Last August, thanks to Oki, I decorated a container and made file folders that I used to store my Cuttlebug folders in. I thought I would take those folders, which look very similar to these, and that Oki designed, and make them larger to use for my design cuts. Please visit my blog, paperboutique.blogspot.com, to see my original post and link on how to make the Cuttlebug container if you're interested. Well, let's talk about this design box. I purchased this cute little box at Michael's. I love the ribbon. It's really actually woven ribbon over a metal frame, and it's so practical to use and easy to store. Let me show you how I use it. First of all, when I'm designing a card, I just have my bone folder and I have clips along the side, and I have a base card. I have different size templates that I can actually lay out my cuts on and see how they'll look when I'm, sometimes you can do this in Design Studio, but sometimes if you're using punches and stuff, you want to just see how it looks on your card. I keep an extra pencil. I have basic gray magnets in the front so that they can just hold a card. And then let me turn it this way. I keep a little notepad so I can jot down sizes, a little pen. In this case, I'm using some rhinestones, so I'll have them. And then, of course, my white Uniball pen, and then another clip. Well, let me just kind of walk you through what I do. I have several different categories I created, and the first one is templates, and I've got examples of some templates I use for my cards. In the next one, I have rectangles, and what I try to do when I cut a test cut is to keep it, mark the size on it, and mark what cartridge it's from. So if I want to use a rectangle, I've got several different sizes in here. I'm not going to show you all of them. I also keep copies of some of the stitching examples I like. I have a lot in my circles. I tend to do a lot of circle cards, and I'll just pick some of these up. I've kept, and I've written, well, I didn't on that one, but on my design cuts from the Imagine, I'll write what cartridge it's from, what Imagine cartridge it's from, and then what size. This is a 2.6-inch stock image. So when I'm laying out, I can see, like I'll know that this is a punch, circle, etc. So that helps with the design. I also keep one on my signatures, and here's just an example of one of them that I created for the back of my card, so I can see what size looks best with the card I designed. Then I have one I use, as you can see in here. I do use a lot of flowers in my design, so I have different size flowers, and I have what size they're from, or what size they are in the cartridge that they're from. I have one on envelopes, and I keep some of the regular, like an A4 size envelope, a square envelope, and then I keep just some stock envelopes in here for measurements. I have a folder on sentiments. I don't know if you can see that, where if I want to use this type of one for a sentiment, or if I want to use this from a cartridge, or if I want to use this size. I've got some oval punches, like I've got a pink stamper stamp, and I know that it'll fit on, let's see, this is a 2-inch oval George cut, so that helps me when I'm laying out sentiments. I have an assorted one that has some purchased die cuts, some homemade die cuts. I have one for squares, and you can see there's a lot of different size squares in here. Some are scalloped, some are plain. I have a category for punches that I know, what size square, and I think this is the double loop punch. I didn't write on the back of it what size it is, which is pretty important to do. Then I have a category where I have a bunch of my different size card bases, all the way from, rounded corners, a 5x5, 5x7, etc. And I just find that it's really kind of fun to design with it, and it just makes it really simple. So I'd like to thank you for watching, and please check out my blog at www.paperboutique.blogspot.com for more projects and ideas. Bye-bye.